What are proteins? Proteins are large biomolecules consisting of one or more long chains of amino acid residues. The biomolecules are those which are produced in the living organisms, for example, proteins, carbohydrates, etc. Proteins always help in growth and maintenance. They carry out biochemical reactions, act as messengers, that is hormone. All enzymes are proteins, and proteins provide us immunity as antibody and many more. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen are the main elements present in protein. Besides those, phosphorus and sulfur may also be found in the protein structure. Proteins are very important compounds for our body. They are made up of some very small molecules called as microbiomolecules named as amino acids. An amino acid is a compound which is formed by carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. On the left side in the diagram, we can see an amino group. On the right hand side, there is a carboxyl group and a hydrogen atom with an R group, which is an organic compound. All amino acids have a central carbon atom as seen in the diagram, surrounded by a hydrogen atom, a carboxyl group, an amino group, and an R group. This R group is substitutable. 20 different times this R group can change form to form different 20 numbers of amino acids. All these 20 different types of amino acids are some amphoteric compounds due to presence of an alkaline NH2 group and acidic carboxyl group. During the formation of protein, each amino acid is attached to another amino acid by a covalent bond called as peptide bond, also known as a peptide linkage. When two amino acids are covalently attached by a peptide bond, the carboxyl group of one amino acid and the amino group of the next amino acid combine together and release a molecule of water. In this diagram, we can see on the left hand side the first amino acid plus the next amino acid on the right hand side. From the carboxyl group, one OH group, and from the next amino acid, the amino group, and we can see the hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. They are combining together and removed from that place as a molecule of water to form a dipeptide in the next diagram below. In this dipeptide between carbon and nitrogen, we can see the green bonding that represents the peptide bond formed between the two amino acids during this dipeptide formation. Such reaction that combines two monomers in a reaction that generates water molecule as one of the product is known as dehydration reaction. So peptide bond formation is an example of a dehydration reaction. This type of dehydration reactions are also called as dehydration synthesis reaction. This is a dipeptide in the diagram. In this compound, two amino acids are held together by peptide bond. Since there are two amino acids, therefore this is called as a dipeptide. In this diagram, the box we can see which is given in green color shows the peptide bond. Formation of polypeptide. When several amino acids are held together one after another by peptide bond, then the polymer molecule formed is called as a polypeptide. These polypeptides ultimately forms the protein. In this diagram, we can see total 3 amino acids. They are combining with each other. And between the 3 amino acids, 2 peptide bonds are formed by removal of 2 molecules of water. And in the below diagram, we can see the 3 amino acids are held together to form a tripeptide. These polymers of amino acids are called as proteins. So proteins are therefore the polymers of amino acids. The muscles, the skins, bones, and other parts of human body contain significant amount of protein, including enzymes, hormones, and the antibodies which provide us with immunity. In our body, proteins like keratin is a structural protein that strengthens our hair. Collagen and elastin, they provide support to the connective tissues. Haemoglobin is another important protein that helps us in the transportation of oxygen gas during respiration. Haemoglobin can combine with carbon dioxide gas as well. The antibodies in our body that provides us with immunity, the enzymes necessary for different biochemical reactions, the hormones, the muscles in our body, etc., they all are examples of some proteins. Deficiency of protein may lead to many diseases in our body. That is why it is very important to get sufficient amount of protein in our diet. Kwashiorkor, marasmus, impaired mental health, edema, organ failure, wasting of muscles, the weakness of immune system, and many more are the examples which we may suffer from due to deficiency of proteins. So we need to take proper amount of protein in our diet. But the question, where we will get the protein? The sources are the animal products such as chicken, mutton, fish, egg, and all the dairy products, that is the milk products. They are rich in protein content. Similarly, plant proteins like beans, lentils, nuts, whole grains, etc. are the examples of proteins. We will get a handful amount of protein if we take sufficient amount of bean, lentils, nut, whole grains, etc. every day in our diet. Thank you.